ॐ सदाशिवसमारम्भाम् शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्ताम् वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। ॐ भद्रं कर्णेभिः शृणुयाम देवाः भद्रं पश्येमाक्षभिर्यजत्राः स्थिरैरङ्गैस्तुष्टुवागुं सस्तनूभिः व्यशेमध्येवहितं यदायुः स्वस्ति न इन्द्रो वृद्धश्रवाः स्वस्ति नः पूषा विश्ववेदाः स्वस्ति नस्तार्क्ष्यो अरिष्टनेमिः स्वस्ति नो बृहस्पतिर्दधातु। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। Gita Press, page 16, PDF, page 13, middle of page 13. We will chant from the beginning of the Bhaashyam. Tasmai Shaunakaya. Tasmai Shaunakaya.
Tasmai Shaunakaya
Angiraha.
Angiraha
Ha Kila Uvacha.
Ha Kila Uvacha.
Tasmai Shaunakaya, there is a sa in between, I think. You can say sa. Tasmai Shaunakaya Saha Angiraha Ha Kila Uvacha. Okay. Kim iti uchyate.
Kim iti uchyate
Dve vidye veditavye.
Dve vidye veditavye
Iti evam.
Iti evam
Tasma kila.
Tasma kila
Yad brahma vidaha.
Yat Brahma Vidaha
Vedarthabhijnaha.
Vedartha Vidnyaha
Paramarthadarshinah.
Paramartha Darshinaha
Vadanti.
Vadanti.
Okay. We completed till there. So previous mantra, like Nachiketa asked a question, Anyatra Dharmat, Anyatra Dharmat, like that here. Shaunaka is asking his teacher Angiras a question. And the question is important. Kasmin bhagavo vijnate sarvamidam vijnatam bhavati iti. The question itself has an answer. And so it's an important question for us. Knowing what everything is as well known. That is the question. we saw how to understand the question. And so Tasmai Saho Vacha. Sah. Tasmai. Tasmai means what? Shankaracharya is saying Shaunakaya. Unto that student, Shaunaka. Angiraha Uvacha. Angiraha said. Prasidhyarte ha. So it's well known. This is well known to us that there are people who don't know, and then there are people who will want to know, and there are people who know the answer who will teach. So, Tasmai Saho Vacha. And the story also is popular. The ha, that is the meaning of the word ha there. And he says, Dve Vidye Veditavye. Two, how do you even translate this? Two knowledges are to be studied, to be understood, to be known. Okay, two types of knowledge. Yad Brahmavidaha Vedarthabhijnaha Paramarthadarshinaha Vadanti. So, like that, these people who know Brahmavidaha means people who know Brahma. They talk like this. They keep saying Dve Vidye Veditavye. They keep on saying in every class so that at least after a while, whether we know it or not, Dve Vidye Veditavye, Dve Vidye Veditavye. Like that, people will remember at least. So, like that, Yad Brahma Vidaha Vadanti. Vadanti means they say, Kathayanti. They keep saying this. Brahma with, Brahma with. So, Brahma has two meanings. One meaning of Brahma is Vedaha. Veda is called Brahma. That is why Chaturmukha Brahma, Chaturvedaha, and Brahma Yajnaha. We saw, in Pancha Mahayajna, we talk about Pitru Yajna, Manusha Yajna, Bhuta Yajna, Deva Yajna, and then Brahma Yajna, Pancha Mahayajna. And so that Brahma Yajna is what? It is not worshipping Brahmaji. No, not that. It is the recital of the Veda. It is a study of the Veda. That is called Brahma Yajna. So therefore, two meanings are there. That second meaning is Vedaha. So here, sorry, first meaning is Vedaha. So Vedavit is also called a Brahmavit, one who knows the Veda. But here, that is also not meant. The second meaning of Brahma is Nirgunam Brahma. That Brahman, Napumsakam Brahman, Brahman. So that the knower of that Brahman, Nirgunam Brahman, is called Brahmavit. Good. So so Shankaracharya is clarifying, right? Vedartha Vijnaha. Avijnaha. People who know well. Vedartha. Vedartha means what? Vedanam Artha. Meaning of the entire Veda. Meaning of the entire Veda. Is that the way to understand it? Then Shankara says, okay, Paramartha Darshinaha. Vedartha Vijnaha means Paramartha Darshinaha. Paramartha Darshinaha. Darshi is singular, Darshinaha is plural. And so Darshi, who is a Darshi? Darshi of what? Paramartha. The one who knows, one who sees, literal meaning, one who sees Paramartha. Paramartha. Our Swamiji is called Paramarthananda. So we know three types of realities. What are the three types of realities? Pratibhasika Satyam means what? Things that are not really there, but you see them. Like mirage water. Like the movement of sun. Sun doesn't move, but the sun moves also. There is no water really speaking, but I see water out there. So all these stuff, there is a reality about it. You can't dismiss it. You can't say the sun is not moving. The perception of sun moving is very much there. The perception of water when there is no water is really there. Therefore, you have to accept that reality. And the name for that reality is what? Pratibhasika Satyam. Some kind of a illusion. Illusion, you can say. Something exists but really doesn't exist. Then, Vyavaharika Satyam. Vyavaharika Satyam is what? All transactional realities. The whole we live in Vyavaharika Satyam. So there is water in this cup. There is, how do I know there is real water? Yeah, so there is some water there. That's real water. So that real water, that is called Vyavaharika Satyam. Previously, that unreal water. Okay. English stops with that. Unreal, real. That's it. Beyond that, there is no word. And so for us, the word, important word is called Paramarthikam Satyam. That is the third reality, which is what? This is all transactional reality, And transactional reality, like this pot, which is transactionally real, means it's available for being used. Utility, it has a utility, and so it is not a illusion or delusion. It's there, and so I can use it. But then the clay is something we can't forget. Without clay, pot does not exist. And so pot's reality and clay's reality are different. Why? Because pot was born yesterday, but the clay was there long before yesterday. Therefore, how do you, the reality of clay and reality of pot are two different things. Pot will have a date of death, but for clay, no, it's not going to be there. At least in this our example, it's not going to be there. Therefore, if we start asking that question, then you have to come to what is called paramarthika satyam. Paramaha arthaha, utkrishtaha, sreshtaha arthaha. Means what? An object here, artha is not meaning. Artha means object. Great object. I don't know how to translate also. Paramaha artha, utkrishtaha vastu. Utkrishtaha vastu means the most superior thing. And vastu, Brahma. Most superior is that which always exists. And therefore, which has no, the Shadvikara is not there. Asti, Jayate, Vardhate, Viparinamate, Apakshiyate, Vinashyati is not there.
Shankaracharya uses a word called Niratishaya.
Niratishaya. Okay. Niratishaya. That is called Paramartha. So Darshi, the one who sees that Niratishaya Paramartha Vastu is called Paramartha Darshinaha. So in our words, Jnani, etc., we can use those words. So that is the meaning. That is how Brahmavid has to be understood. Shankaracharya is telling us. Yad Brahmavidaha Vadanti. All right. Until there we saw. So, just in case you did not know, Paramaha Arthaha Sreshtaha. Paramaha means what? Sreshtaha Arthaha. And then, which is Utkrishta Vastu. Utkrishta Vastu means Utkrishta. Nikrishta, Utkrishta. Nikrishta is inferior, Utkrishta is superior. Great. In this case, that relative word also is you can't use because it's absolute reality. So sometimes they say Utkrishta Vastu. Yathartha, Paramartha. Yathartha, as it is. As it is. If I say this is pot, it's not 100% correct. It's okay. We can survive with this language. We can, please give me a glass of water. Everything we can do. It's operationally, it's adequate. But it's not yathartha. Somebody will ask, wait a minute, what about clay? If somebody will ask, then we have to get into Vedanta. So here, Paramartha is yathartha. These are all just some words the Shastram uses. If you look up the dictionary, Sanskrit dictionary, they will use these meanings. Utkrishta vastu, yathartaha, like that they will say. All right, let's read the next sentence in the Bhaashyam.
Guruji, there is Vedartha Vidya also there.
Yeah, Vedartha Vijnaha means people who know Vedartha, people who know the purport of the Veda, people who know, either literally translated Vedanam Arthaha. So people who know the meaning of the entire Veda, all the four Vedas is one meaning. But Shankara is saying that's not the way to take it. He is saying Paramartha Darshinaha. The meaning means and fundamentally, finally, what the Veda wants us to know, the people who know that. That is what he's saying. Okay? That person may know all four Vedas, may not know all four Vedas also. All right. Hope that's clear. Okay, let's read the next one. Ete
Ete
iti aha
iti aha
paracha
paracha
paramatma vidya
paramatma vidya
aparacha
aparacha
dharma adharma
dharma adharma
sadhana
sadhana
tatphala
tatphala
vishaya.
vishaya.
Yeah. Kete iti aha. Ve vidye veditavya. Two types of knowledge you must know. Kete. What are those two? Kete vidye. If you want to give brackets, you can put vidye. Kete vidye. Vidya vidye vidyaha. So kete vidye. What are those two types of knowledge? Iti prashnaha chet. Means what? If that question were asked, what are those two types of knowledge? Iti prashnaha. Prishtaha chet. That question were asked. Ah, that is said. Means uchyate. Paracha. Paramatma vidya. Shankaracharya. He's using the word Paramatma Vidya. Okay. So that means what? Hey, it is Atma Vidya. It is also Paramatma Vidya. Ishvara Vidya, Bhagavad Vidya, he can say that. But he is just putting Paramatma Vidya. Hey, that Mahavakyam is there, right there. Because Atma is equal to Ishvara. Jiva is equal to Ishvara. And therefore Atma is Paramatma. Look at that. Param, infinite. Limitless Atma. That Atma which is me is also the limitless Atma, which includes Ishvara. Therefore, he is saying Paramatma Vidya. Later on, he is going to use the word Aksharam in the next mantra. He is going to say Aksharam. So you can say Akshara Vidya. Because we are studying Mundaka, rather than say Brahma Vidya, we can say Akshara Vidya. All right. Paracha, Paramatma Vidya. Then what about Aparacha? Because Moolam says Apara, So Aparacha. Shankaracharya is using one word for it to define what Apara Vidya is. Again, next mantra, the Upanishad is going to list all the fields of knowledge which come under Apara Vidya. Okay. But for now, he's telling us what it is. He's saying Dharma, Adharma. You can put a comma there. Dharma, it's all one word. But Dharma, Adharma means what? Dharma, Adharma Vidya means the knowledge of Dharma and Adharma. All right. Dharma, Adharma. Punyam, Papam. Finally, that's the way to take it. Righteousness, how to do, what not to do, do's and don'ts, all that is fine. But finally, Punyam and Papam. Okay. Yeah, acts. Right acts and wrong acts. Okay, that also is fine. Both are included in that. And then, but then, since he is using the word sadhanam, we should take dharma and adharma as punyam and papam. Punyam and papam, then kama, tat sadhanam. You can put within brackets tat. Tat sadhanam is what? And the means for gaining that punyam and papam. Sadhanam means the methods, the ways to gain punyam and methods by which I will gain papam, which I don't want to use those methods, right? So, dharma, adharma, karma, tat sadhanam, the means to get that punyam, and then what? Tat phala vishaya. Tat phala means what? Uh, and their results. If I have punyam and papam, what will happen? What is the use? It's cash. And so, what will I get from that punyam and papam? Means what? All the lokas, sapta lokaha, and then adho lokaha. All those things are there. That is a phalam of the punyam and papam. So, that phalam means what? Its result. Its means what? Dharma, dharma's result. The result of dharma and adharma. So, tat phalam. All right. Means to gain punyam and what punyam will get me. So three things are there. Punyam papam, the means to get punyam and papam, and what the punyam and papam will get me. Because punyam and papam is only a cash, it is. Cash is useless unless you use it to buy something, right? So like that. Tat phalam vishaya, he says. Within brackets, you can say vidya. Vishaya, because it is Strilingam, Vidya. Therefore, everything is in Strilingam. Akaranta Strilingam. Vidya, within brackets you can say. Because earlier he said, no, Paracha, Paramatma Vidya. So here also, Dharma, Adharma, Sadhana, Tat Phala, Vishaya, Vidya. Means that knowledge, Vidya, whose topic, Vishayaha, is all these things we talked about. Dharma, Dharma, Sadhanam, and Tatpam. Okay, it's a samasa. So that's the beauty of Sanskrit. You can just compress a lot of ideas in just one word. One word. And so, do you see a connection between Paramatma Vidya and Dharma, Dharma, Sadhana Vidya? Is there a connection between this and what we studied in Kathopanishad?
That is a question by Nachiketa.
Yeah, question by Nachiketa. He is saying, he is very clear. Anyatra dharmat, anyatra dharmat. That means what? He is asking for paravidya. I know aparavidya very well. Dharma, dharma, tat sadhanam and tat phalam I know. You teach me this. Okay. Eke. So, yayam prete vichikitsa manushye. That which is other than dharma and adharma. So, Shankara is using that language. Dharma, adharma. He is probably thinking of Nachiketa at that time. And also that's the way it is defined. And so you can bring from there, dharma, dharma includes what? Hey, what about all physics, mathematics, chemistry, psychology, nutrition, medicine? There's so much. Vidya is just vast. And every other day there is a new field. The colleges are offering more and more courses. Yeah, include all of that in this category. Everything is included. Anything other than Paramatma Vidya, put it in this Apara Vidya category. That is the way to look at this. And by the way, because you put all the subjects, that is all the sciences that we know. But then you bring the Veda also brings dharma and adharma. Adrishtam. Adrishtam is not known to us. We can't decide what is adrishtam. We can't decide who is going to get what kind of adrishtam. And so bring that also in there. That completes the whole picture. All 9 yards, as they say. So you can add it. Shankara is not saying it, but we should add all that. And so what I was saying is, in that Kathopanishad, that boy is asking the question, Anyatra dharmat, Anyatra adharmat. Tell me that which is different from dharma and dharma. Anyatra asmat krita krita, that which is different from cause and effect. Okay, we saw that question, cause and effect. If you do this, I'll get this. Okay, that's all within this Vyavaharika Satyam. Within this samsara only it is, within this Jagat. And that which is beyond all 3 periods of time. What is it? Anyatra bhutacha bhavyacha. Bhuta means past, bhavya means future, and then of course other than present also. All that he talks about there. So all that vidya that he talked about there is all called apara vidya here. Good. And so now let's read the next statement. Nano
ननु
kasmin
कस्मिन्
vidite
विदिते
sarvavid bhavati iti
सर्वविद् भवति इति
shaunakena prishtam
शौनकेन पृष्टम्
tasmin vaktavye
तस्मिन् वक्तव्ये
aprishtam aha
अपृष्टम् आह
angiraha
अङ्गिराः
dve vidye ityadina.
द्वे विद्ये इत्यादिना.
Yeah. Nanu. Nanu is typical in our Bhaashyam. Nanu means there is an objection. Somebody raises an objection. It's called Nanu. Nanu is a giveaway. It's a giveaway word. Give away means, but there is something wrong. But wait, I don't see. There is something wrong. Something I don't follow. Okay, that is called nanu, an objection, you can say. Okay. So he's saying, see, Shankaracharya is raising the objection because Shankaracharya is changing roles periodically. He is a Siddhanti, then he becomes a Purvapakshi. He is teaching, then he is playing the role of a student who is asking a question. So both is just doing that. Why? Because that is a way to teach. Because that doubts have to be cleared. As Shravanam is happening, Mananam is also happening. This is an example of Mananam. Okay. So, Parthaya pratibodhitam bhagavata narayanena swayam. Parthaya pratibodhitam. So, for the sake of Partha, Arjuna, pratibodhitam. So, it was taught. Hmm? Bhagavad Narayanena Swayam, taught by Swayam Narayana, Sri Krishna, Advaita Varshini, Advaita Varshini Bhagavati. So this Gita, which is just a embodiment of Advaita, Amrita Varshini, Advaita Amrita Varshini, Advaita. So what did he teach? He taught Advaita. That makes sense. That should have be the answer. What did Krishna teach Arjuna means this is what he taught. And so here also, the question is what? Kasmin bhagavo vijnate sarvam vidam vijnatam bhavati. Hey, tell me that knowing which everything is as well known. So what should be the answer? What should be the answer to the question? Answer to the question is something to do with Nirgunam Brahma. That must be the answer to the question. Paravidya must be the answer to the question. Then why he is bringing in Aparavidya? That is the doubt that Shankara is going to raise. Okay. What is he saying? Nano kasmin vidite sarvavid bhavati. All that phrase should be in quotation mark. Kasmin vidite sarvavid bhavati. Iti shaunakena prishtam. Hey, prishtam asked. What was asked by Shaunaka? The student. Kasmin vidite sarvavid bhavati. Knowing which, if I know that one thing, kasmin vidite is sati saptami. If I know that one thing, then sarvavid bhavati, he becomes a knower of all. She becomes a knower of all. That was a question that was asked by Shaunaka. Okay. And so, if that being the question, tasmin vaktavye, that must have been told. The answer to that must have been told. Answer to that is very clear. The answer is there in the question. What should be told is indicated by the question. Very clear. The question is very, very clear. There is no ambiguity in the question at all. Tasmin vaktavye, when that must be told, when what must be told? When that which is the cause, which knowing which everything is known is being asked for, and when that must be told, tasmin vaktavye, is very obvious. Even a child knows what should be told. Okay. And then, aprishtam aha. When that karanam Brahma must be told, aprishtam means that which was not asked by Shaunaka. Aprishtam aha. Something that was not asked was told. Angiraha. Who told that? Angiraha. Aha. Angiraha, the teacher told. What did the teacher tell? That which was not asked. Dve vidye vedit. Dve vidye ityadina. This whole big sentence, Dve vidye veditavye itihasma yad brahma vido vadanti parachaiva paracha. That whole sentence, it has too much stuff. He's answering things that should not even be there in the answer. He's telling things. Okay. That is the question. Okay. Aprishtasya prashnasya uttaram api aha. He is adding stuff. Too much fluff is there in the answer. Okay. Understood, no? This is how the analysis is done. How beautiful it is. how they study. That's because it's such an important topic. You can't take anything for granted. Anything you can't take for granted. And so we get into nuances of words. How can you take this meaning to that word like that? All these questions will start coming. What about other meanings? How do you know he's talking about that? He could. Did you talk to Shankaracharya? Did he tell you that is the meaning? Like that, these questions will come. Then you have to answer. You have to look at everything, the whole picture, and then answer those questions. So anyway, Dve Vidye Viditavya Ityadina. Okay, now you have to do some thinking is there here. Before we read the Bhaashyam. What is he talking about? He's asking for Paravidya. That is what this is. Teach me Paravidya. Teach me Brahma Vidya. That's what he's asking. Chaunaka is asking exactly like what Nachiketa asked. Teach me Paravidya. Teach me that which is beyond Dharma and Adharma. Just teach me that which has nothing to do with Vyavaharika Satyam. I know all about Vyavaharika Satyam. Pratibhasika Satyam is there. Vyavaharika Satyam I know. Teach me Paramarthika Satyam. Nachiketa said that. Here also student is very clear about the question. Okay. And then why are you bringing in Aparavidya into the picture? Directly jump into this Paravidya, no? That itself takes a while to learn. And so, why are you bringing all this Paravidya? The next you're going to enumerate the Paravidya in the next mantra. I mean, Aparavidya. Okay, that's the idea here. But see, you can't be so critical of this. I'll tell you why. And the reason is, hey, two, three reasons are there. First reason is what? Hey, Paravidya, let me go this one. Paravidya, because I've been using Dharmartha Kama this side, So I'm reserving this direction for Dharmartha Kama and Karma Phalam and Punyam Papam and all. This side I'm reserving for Paravidya. Somehow it has come, so we'll leave it like that. Paravidya is there, but you know what? Paravidya requires a prepared mind. And so this whole life of karma, anushtanam, dharma is so important. And so how can you just take it out? How can you just leave it? It's meant for us. Karma is meant for us. A proper life, a fulfilling life, reasonably fulfilling life is meant for us so that I can come to Paravidya. Therefore, it is but appropriate to talk about that preparedness that is required. Even though the student may be very well prepared, okay, still we have to, for the complete picture, you have to bring in Aparavidya also. So that's obviously one reason. It's like that person who asked for idli, went to the restaurant and asked for idli. And then he brings a plate after that too after 5 minutes of waiting. Then after some more time, they will give you fork, knife. Imagine, you should all imagine. I might as well, when we're imagining, you imagine going to a upper class 5-star restaurant. Why go to all these chai shops like we do here? And so and then, and then a napkin is there, this side, fork, knife, then spoons are there, everything. Slowly it gets 15 minutes up. I've come for idli. I have to go to a meeting. And I thought I'll have a quick idli. Idli is easy to have, and quickly you have idli and at least it's not oily and all. You don't have to worry about all these oily hands and all that. So idli is good, digestible easily. So I can go to the meeting and have a good meeting. And the meeting should be such that the stomach should not remind you of the food you ate. That means it's a good meeting, right? If it keeps reminding you all these gases coming out, then we have a problem. So I asked for idli and he's getting all these things. That's how. That is how this answer also is like that. You have to bring in the whole thing, and you'll get your idli. Don't worry. But without the plate, you can't eat idli. So like that, Angiras introduced this Aparavidya deliberately. Introduced it so that the listener, one who is watching the conversation, also appreciates the the complete picture. Okay, and Shankara doesn't give this explanation later, but that's the purpose. That's one thing. Second purpose. Second purpose is second purpose. Hey, all of us, everybody is in the Vyavaharika Jivanam only. Everybody is leading a life, and life of cause and effect, karma. Ye karunga, I want this, I will do this, I want this, I will do this, but I'm not successful. 2 times I tried, doesn't work. This and that, constantly I'm doing stuff. Till the last breath, everybody is doing things to get this dharma, artha, and kama. Okay? Now, there is a chance, there is a very high likelihood, and we see it, that a person may think in this, by living a life like this, I will get moksha. By living a life like this without even inquiring into what moksha is, God will be pleased with me and he will give me moksha. Like that, they may think, they may have some misconceptions. And so, to remove those misconceptions, because Veda also, if you look at it, at least there must be a lot of discussion about moksha. No, no, nothing. Moksha comes in only a small fraction of the Veda. So even the person who knows Vedas and following it religiously also is going to get caught up in this whole life of karma. Karmanushtanam is so important. In fact, if you look at that movie, Adi Shankara, taken by G.V. Iyer, it's reasonably well portrayed. And Shankaracharya's lifestyle those days, 2500 years ago, by one account. So that is 500 BCE. There, if you look, people are busy. They are all experts in Vedas. They are all Ekavedi, Chaturvedi, Dvivedi, Trivedi, Chaturvedis. They are all doing karma. They are all busy doing Anushtanam, and it's hard to find a Atma Jnani, Brahma Jnani. It's hard to find. That means what? They're all so busy, they're all caught up. They think that is the end. Karma is the end. They think karma will give them moksha. Karma will give them good punyam, lot of punyam, and that punyam has to be exhausted, which means they are only perpetuating their travel, my dear friends. And Shankara is aghast that such people are like this, without knowing what is the purpose of karma and karma palam. What is the purpose of punyam? Punyam also has a purpose. I have to use it to get situations like this where we can study. That they don't know. Chakra's lifestyle. And so that people don't get, people know what is what. And in order to know what is what, you show both the contrasting things. Dharmartha kama is like this, it will give you punyam papam. And then if you want to get out of the cycle of punya papam, then there is paravidya or paravidya. In order to show that contrast also, Angiraha or Angiras is talking about aparavidya also. So that's the idea. So the job of a teacher is what? Tell both things so that the picture is complete. So that because we are not used to paravidya, the mind is not used to paravidya. And so the contrast has to be clearly taught, shown, depicted. And why is that? We saw it in Viveka Chudamani also. Then what is the use of all the karma that I do? Chittasya shuddhaye karma, natu vastupalabdhaye. Chittasya shuddhaye karma. Do whatever you want to do. Get your self-worth, get your, this self-esteem properly. And after self-esteem is there and all that, and after that, the emphasis on dharma, artha, and kama should reduce, so that I can spend some time on this paravidya. And so, chittasya shuddhaye karma, natu vastu palabdhiye. Vastu siddhir vicharena, vastu siddhi, brahma siddhi, atma siddhi, paramatma siddhi, vicharena, na kinchit karma koti bihi. No, it can't come. No amount of karma can get me moksha. Like that, people should know these important facts of life. And so, like that, we have, and Kathopanishad also, where he talks about the two. I don't think Dvevidya Veditavya is in Kathopanishad. I don't think so. That mantra is there. But he does talk about Duramete Viparite Vishuchi Avidyaya cha vidyeti jnata. Like that he says. Correct? Avidyaya cha vidya. He is there, he's using two words. He says, this karma vidya is avidya. And this Atma Vidya is Vidya. That's how, those are the two words he uses. Duramete. They're all opposites, they are diverging, and they're not going to meet ever at all.
Light
They
and
have
darkness. He gives light and darkness example.
like light and darkness. Okay. So there he says that. Same thing. We can invoke all that here.
Shreyas, prayers also, no? Shreyas.
Okay. Shreyascha Prayascha. Correct. That's what he's saying there. Shreyascha Prayascha. Paramatma Vidya is Shreyo Vidya or Shreyas itself. And this Karma Vidya is praise. And he's explaining Shreyas and praise there. Correct. And so that's a background. Now let's see. The Purva Pakshis asked the question. How come the teacher is not really answering the question? To that, the answer is, now this is in your book, the Akshepa and all that.
We have Guruji,
Yeah.
Akshepa and Samadhanam.
Yeah, but it's coming later on. Oh, no, it is there, correct. Now, not next title is Samadhan. Got it. Akshepa. So Nanu begins with Akshepa. Akshepa means objection. And then now Samadhanam. Samadhanam means putting that objection to rest. That's called Samadhanam. Means a response to that objection. All right. Na eshaha doshaha
न एषः दोषः
krama apekshatvat
क्रम अपेक्षत्वात्
prativachanasya
प्रतिवचनस्य
aparahi vidya
अपरा हि विद्या
avidya
अविद्या
sa nirakartavya
सा निराकर्तव्या
tad vishayehi
तद्विषये हि
vidite
विदिते
na kinchit
न किञ्चित्
tatvatah
तत्त्वतः
viditam syat iti.
विदितं स्यात् इति.
So now Samadhanam is coming. Or Siddhanti, Siddhantaha. Siddhanta means what? The person who is presenting the thesis. Upanishad is presenting the thesis. And so the Upanishad is responding like this. Or this is how I am going to respond to the person who has raised the objection. So Siddhanti is talking. And what is being said is called Samadhanam. There are technical words which we now know what they mean. Na yeshaha doshaha. Na, comma. You can say na. Or you can say, sorry, not comma. Yeshaha doshaha na bhavati. Yeshaha doshaha na bhavati. This is not a defect. This is not a flaw. This is not a flaw means what is not a flaw? What is not a flaw? What is not a defect?
The extra answer, apara, including apara.
Correct. Including apara in the answer is not a problem at all. It should not bother you much in anything at all. It should not bother you. Why? Prativachanasya krama apekshatvat. Prativachanam means what? Uttaram. Uttarasya. Response. Answer. Okay. Of the answer. Okay. Something is said about that answer. Krama apekshatvat. Krama. Because this question is a grand question. And in order for the even Shaunaka to understand, he asked a good question, all right. But we don't know how prepared this Shaunaka is. In Kathopanishad, at least Yamadharmaraja did a lot of tests, offering all kinds of goodies, and then figured out this boy is not an ordinary boy. He is pretty serious about what he's asking. Okay. Pretty serious. Not like the child who's Give him 500, the child does not know the difference between a 500 rupee bill and a 20 rupee bill. So both are bills, that's all. He put it in the mouth. Okay, so not like that. Nachiketa was not like that. What about here? Here we don't know. And so we have to build it up gradually. Krama. Krama means what? Order. In an orderly fashion, this subject has to be taught. You simply can't jump, even though the question is quite good. You can't directly answer the question. By giving technical words and directly answering the question, in theory, it may be complete, but it's not. That's not the way to teach this. Okay, krama. There is apeksha means what? Expectation. Because there is an expectation of orderliness, a transition in the response. Uttaram means response. There is an expectation. It's a grand question, all right, but now it takes some time to unfold. Upanishad is going to take some time. And so, because that step-by-step approach has to be taken. Staircase, many steps are there like that. Krama apekshatvat. Because there is that kind of expectation. Okay. And and that is why, because this dharma artha karma is very important. And that is what got me to this journey. And so what is it about this karma that really got me here? Karma can put me on a cycle, on a trip also. A major trip it is. Punarapi jananam, punarapi maranam. That is the law. That's the law, in fact. And so, how am I going to use this pursuit of prayers to help me get into the pursuit of Shreyas? So those who are new to these words, we saw these words in Kathopanishad. Shreyascha manushyametaha tau samparitya vivinakti dhiraha. Like that, Yama had been teaching this boy Nachiketa. And so there he introduces two beautiful words. We name our children Shreyas. We never name them Preyas. It will be very hard to find a boy called Preyas. Not possible. Not possible at all. Unless some people in America and Canada became little over enthusiastic and say, we want some new names. Short name, no more than 3 syllables. Okay, 3 syllables we can handle. And okay, this Shreyas is good. It's only 2 syllables, Shrey, yes. And then Shreyas also, many people are naming Shreyas. We should, something like Shreyas, but not Shreyas. Aha, Preyas. Dangerous. You can't do like this. So there he says, Shreyascha Preyascha. Means this Dharmartha Kama pursuit. It's called Preyas pursuit. And that's called, that takes me, keeps me in samsara. And then the other pursuit, Moksha Marga, is called Shreyo Marga, Shreyas. Okay, that's an introduction to those two words. And krama apekshatva, another meaning for the word krama. What is the first meaning of the word krama? An order is there. In life, there is a particular order. You do these things, then you do these things. You do high school, then you do college. Then if you want to study more, you can do more. So there is always an order in everything we do. Preparedness is required. You prepare yourself and then you go for further advancement. All that is natural. That is one meaning of the word krama here. First apara and then only para. Okay. Another meaning is there. Krama. What is the krama? Krama is you should bring in things that are not part of the answer, so that the listener can listen to it and say, wait a minute, something I don't see, I see something not right about it, and makes the person think. I'm so happy, my dear friend, that you caught it. Yeah, I'm telling you all these things because that's how it is. This is a common mistake people make, but I'm so proud of you and you caught the mistake. Yes, Dharmartha Kama is all finite, and if you do, it only give you finite result, and you have understood very clearly that moksha is not a finite result, and therefore karma cannot give me moksha. It can give me something though, and that something is called Chitta Shuddhihi. Chittasya Shuddhaye Karma. That we saw in Viveka Chudamani. That is another meaning of krama. Krama means what? We have to, what is the krama here? Purva Paksha Siddhanta krama. The student becomes a Purva Pakshi. Student says, wait a minute, you said this, I don't follow. Good. So you ask me the question. I purposely said it, so you will ask me the question. So that now you're giving me a chance to expand and elaborate and be proud of you. And so that is also krama here. And so the teaching is like that. Purva Paksha Siddhanta Rupa Krama Dvaya Apekshatvad. Let me repeat that. Purva Paksha Siddhanta Rupa Krama Dvaya Apekshatvat. Means what? There is an expectation of a back and forth. Okay. It's called Purva Paksha Siddhanta, Rupa Krama, that order, Purva Paksha Siddhanti. Then again a question will come, then Purva Pakshi. Or Akshepa. And then Samadhana. Akshepa, Samadhana, Rupa, Kramadvaya, Apekshatvat. Be careful. Akshepa is different from Apeksha. Okay. Two different words there. All right. Apeksha means expectation. Akshepa means objection. All right. So far, so good, right? So let's read the last part. No, sorry. I think I have to complete some more. Parahi, we read all these things. Aparahi vidya, avidya, sa nirakartavya. Shankara is making a bold statement here. The way to read this is apara vidya. Bring the word vidya to the beginning. Apara vidya hi avidya. If you read it like that, it will be better. Apara vidya hi avidya. Apara vidya is indeed avidya. Casually he is saying, Apara vidya is indeed avidya. I am a Nobel Prize in physics. Is all avidya? Physics is avidya? Because apara vidya, Physics is avidya. Try telling that to any scientist, any person who knows, who's very good in what they know. They're very proud of what they know. They have so many degrees and all that. You tell them, you have a degree in avidya. You have a degree in avidya. How's that? That's like a slap on the face, I think. For all people who have all these degrees, masters and PhD. You have a degree in avidya. That is what he's saying, Shankara. Apara vidya hi avidya. Avidya. What is this? How do I understand this statement? Apara vidya is what? It is prayo vidya, prayers. It's the vidya of samsara. It is a vidya of dharma artha kama. Okay? Artha vidya. We're all studying for the sake of security. Artha only it is. It gives me artha. Kama also it can give. Kama vidya also is there. All the whole world of entertainment is all what? Kama vidya. People have to study it. And how do I? What is it people are looking for? They are looking for kama. What are the other entertainment industry is there? It's all based on vidya only. People have spent time on it. Otherwise, who can build all these roller coasters which you don't know how they studied all these things? They have to study all this. And the stresses and strains that are there, and very casually we are paying money also and going. How do you know we'll not just fall off from there, People want that experience. So Kama Vidya is also there, which is Apara Vidya, no doubt. So Dharmartha Kama, so that Apara Vidya deals with Dharmartha Kama, Mithya Prapancha Vidya. It is all Mithya Vidya. And Mithya is not Satyam. Mithya is not Satyam. Okay, means what? Because pot and clay are there. Pot is Mithya. Clay is Satyam. Mithya is not Satyam, obviously. Satyam is not Mithya. What is absolutely true is Satyam. And everything else is Mithya. It's relatively true, whose existence depends on Satyam. relatively true. I can accept it. Okay. And so that whole world of dharmartha kama, which includes Vaidika karma, because Vaidika karma also gives me a result called punyam. Okay, or artha and kama also. Vaidika karma is done for the sake of artha and kama also. Artha. So when I do a graha pravesha and I do navagraha homa, then I am doing it for a purpose. May this house be blessed by all the devatas. Such an important thing it is. And so may this house become a home. That's why I'm doing all the homas. And so all that has a purpose. And so all that is within the world of Dvaita. Dvaita Vidya it is. Dvaita Vidya. Because it's all Dvaita only. Things are done means you need all the accessories. There must be a doer. There must be things. There must be resources. There must be something I'm looking for, which will come later. The result will come later. So there is time and space very much. All this is happening in time and space. Okay. But then none of that is going to get me moksha. None of that is going to get me moksha. Why? Because I'm not doing Navagraha Homa for moksha. Am I doing it for moksha? I'm not doing. I'm doing it for a specific purpose. I'm getting a degree, so I'm qualified enough to get a better job. This is what it is. Artha, Kama, and Dharma. Punyam. I'm serving society for what? To get punyam only, not to get moksha. So that I can use the punyam. That's why I'm giving. Compassionate and I'm very giving. Good. That's a good realization. And therefore, that knowledge, because it does not give me moksha, it is useless. It is useful in this world to live and live this quote unquote successful life. It is useful. You need that vidya. Karma vidya is needed. Prayo vidya is needed. Otherwise, the body will perish. You have to make a life. But finally, it is useless. Why? Because it's going to keep me in this cycle of punarapi jananam, maranam, and therefore it is useless. Essentially, it is useless. I can't put it in my resume at all. And therefore, it is avidya. Because avidya is what causes this janma and mrityu. Therefore, aparavidya is equal to avidya. Okay? I hope it's not complicated, right? The logic, how we came from aparavidya to avidya. Avidya, in the sense, it won't give me moksha. It's all vidya, all right. You can get your degrees, all right. But be humble and say, this, this Ranveer Allahabadia. How many of you know Ranveer Allahabadia? Yeah, so some of you do. And just go to YouTube and Google. He got an award from Narendra Modi for being one of those YouTubers.
Beer
Popular.
biceps.
Huh?
Beer biceps.
Beard biceps.
That's the
And
brand.
this guy has a unique way of interviewing people. I like his way. He comes down to the basics. He doesn't ignore any word. If the response is using Nirmala Sitaraman says, "Oh, the economy," and then some technical word she uses, "Ma'am, if you don't mind, can you explain to me that word you used like that?" He'll say, "Aha, that is it. That's what distinguishes Ranveer from everybody else." That's why he's getting so many million views. Every show, it is just going 500,000 and then million views. And of course, and then Shankara is not an ordinary guy. He says, okay, it's nice to be interviewed by Ranveer Allahabadi because more and more people will watch this, which is good for the country. Young people watching this guy. He's a young man. Okay. And so anyway, he is interviewing Nambi Narayanan. I think I told you this, but I'll tell you this again. And Nambi Narayanan, and the way he introduced him is very strange. Very amazing it is. Sir, welcome. And then, sure, thank you. How are you? How are you means what? Are you all right? What? What kind of question is this? Are you all right? Have I done something wrong with me or what? Are you all right? Like that he's asking, very pointed question. No, I'm all right. Nothing like- it's okay, I'm all right. Yeah, I went through a lot of troubles. It looks like you know all the troubles I went through. But I'm all right now. Okay. And then he says, you must have accomplished everything, right? You must be happy. You must be happy. How do you answer that question if somebody says you must be happy? You smile or laugh or what? What are they asking? Then he says, yeah, I'm happy. So what next? I've become spiritual, he says. Nambi Narayan is saying, I've become spiritual. Ah, this guy is a rocket scientist. They say rockets, they use the word rocket science to refer to things that there is nothing more to know. If you know rocket science, you know it all. That is the meaning. Or brain surgery. Okay. And then he says, I have become spiritual. Means what? Now I have lot more stuff to study. There are a lot of things I don't know. Like our Narada says, I know a lot, but I don't know this Atma Vidya. Like that, Nambi Narayan also is going in the same direction. So that comes to my mind now. So that means what? Nambi Narayan is saying, all this is avidya. I want to go to Vidya for a change. I want to go to spirituality, Vidya. That is what Nambi Narayan is saying also. Anyway, that's the idea here. And aparahi vidya avidya sa nirakartavya. Sa apara vidya. Sa means what? She. Apara vidya. Nirakartavya must be negated. Must be shown for what it is. Masquerading as the be all end all. No, apara vidya is not be all end all. It is just acting as though it is the be all end all. It is avidya. So sa nirakartavya. It must be negated. There are people who say karma will give you moksha. How? How karma can give you moksha? Not possible. So that impossibility of that must be brought out. Okay, sa nirakartavya. Nirakartavya literal meaning means negated. It should be shown its true place. That's the meaning. And tad vishaye, tad vishaye hi vidite. Okay. When that subject matter, which subject matter? When that apara vidya is known, vidite, known for what it is, when its true place is known, then Shankaracharya is saying, na kinchit tattvataha viditam syat iti. Nothing is really known. Nothing is real. When you know, when you get Nobel Prize, finally nothing is really known. You got a degree in some fraction, some portion of apara vidya. That's all it is. Nothing is really known. Means what? Nothing is known in the field of this Paravidya. You're not an inch closer to Paravidya. Correct? Because both are Ajnanis. The guy on the street is an Ajnani. The Nobel Prize winner also is an Ajnani. And when will they go get Jnanam? Nobody can say. Nobody can say. Nobody can say. You can't say the educated, highly literate guy is now ready for Brahma Vidya. You can't say that. Why? Because in Viveka Chudamani, we are learning what is called Adhikaritvam. What are the requirements for Brahma Vidya? He is not listing any physics, math, chemistry, and all. He's not listing at all. Somewhere I'm looking, do I have the qualifications? It's not there. Nothing is there. Viveka, Vairagyam, Shamadamadi, Shatka Sampatti, Mumukshutvam. No, that doesn't come in this apara vidya at all. But chittasya shuddhaye, so that chitta shuddhi should come. When I have the right attitude, when I have bhagavato bhaktir dridadhiyatam, sadhana panchaka, when I have that bhagavad bhakti, and when therefore that gives me the right values, and when I'm doing the karma, seeking artha kama and this one, dharma, then I will get chitta shuddhi. So, na kinchit tattvataha viditam syat. Nothing is really known. Nothing is really known. That is what he's saying. So previously I was an illiterate Ajnani. Now I'm a literate Ajnani. All right. Let's read the last sentence. Nirakritya hi
निराकृत्य हि
purvapaksham
पूर्वपक्षम्
paschat siddhantah
पश्चात् सिद्धान्तः
vaktavyah bhavati iti
वक्तव्यः भवति इति
nyayat.
न्यायात्.
So Shankara is saying there is a nyaya. There is a in our study there is a particular truism. There is a particular rule. Niyama is there when we study, when we do this kind of study. Intense study is there. There's a particular rule. What is the rule? The rule is nirakritya hi purvapaksham paschat siddhantaha bhaktavyaha bhavati. All that must be in quotes. Iti nyayat. That is the rule. That's the cardinal rule we follow. And the rule is Purvapaksham hi nirakritya. Purvapaksha is there, an objection is raised, and then you have to rebut, refute. That's the word I'm looking for. You have to refute that objection. Okay, refute the objection saying you have to present the flaws in the logic. Hey, you said something, but I'll tell you. You are telling me what I'm saying is wrong. I'm going to tell you what is the flaw in your logic, your thinking. Nirakritya, refuted, having refuted the Purvapakshi, Paschat Siddhantah Vaktavya. After that, give me the time. I'll present my thesis. Siddhantah. What I want to say, I will say. Listen to me. Once I cleared your doubt, once I put to rest your objection. Okay, that is the niyama. Iti nyayat nirakritya hi purvapaksham paschat siddhantah vaktavya bhavati iti nyayat. Well, so that's the idea here. So there are some other mantras that are quoted. Purvapakshas tatottaram, etc. That's not needed for us. Vishayo vishayastaiva, etc. is there. So there are certain things. Doubts will come when somebody teaches. Doubts will be there. And so it is critical for the person who is presenting to clear all doubts. Critical. Otherwise, some half-baked knowledge is being transferred. Which comes under which category? Vidya category or Avidya category? Half-baked knowledge. Avidya category only, I think we should put it. So, that's the beauty of Advaita Vedanta, because there is a fact to be unfolded. And so, that's what has produced all this kind of thinking. And so, we are very happy about that. So, let me read let me tell you the Anvaya of this mantra.
Guruji, prativachanasya, can you please tell me?
Yeah, prativachanam means reply. Reply. Prativachanasya krama apekshatva. Because in the response, there is an expectation of this gradual presentation. Krama, gradual presentation. Because I can't take the student to have everything, to know everything about these things, even though the student is quite qualified to study Vedanta. There is a particular gradual way of approaching the teaching. So prativachanam means uttaram means reply. Krama apekshatvat, expectation of the krama, order. All right. Tasmai shaunakaya saha angiraha. Tasmai within brackets shaunakaya saha within brackets angiraha ha uvacha. Everything as it is said in the mantra. Hyphen, everything else in quotes. Brahma vido hasma. Sorry, we are reordering it. Brahma vidaha hasma. vadanti. Brahmavidaha ha sma vadanti. Yat द्वे विद्ये वेदितव्ये इति. द्वे विद्ये वेदितव्ये इति. That iti need not be in quotes, I think, even though I put it in quotes. No, iti can be in quotes. That's correct. Because Brahmavidaha vadanti vedye veditavye iti. So everything starting from Brahmavidaha all the way till iti is in quotes, followed by a full stop. तस्मै शौनकाय सह अंगिराः ब्रह्मविदः ह स्म वदन्ति यद् द्वे विद्ये वेदितव्ये इति. Next sentence. Te, within brackets, te, they supplied. Para cha eva apara cha. Para cha eva apara cha. Para cha eva apara cha. Within brackets, vidye bhavataha. Vidye bhavataha. Te para cha eva apara cha vidye bhavataha. Full stop. So reading the whole thing again. Tasmai shaunakaya saha angiraha ha uvacha hyphen brahmavidaha hasma vadanti yad dve vidye veditavye iti. Full stop. Te paracha eva aparacha vidye bhavataha. Full stop. Om apadamapahartaram dataram sarvasampadam lokabhiramam shriramam bhuyo bhuyo namamyaham. काले वर्षतु पर्जन्यः पृथिवी सस्यशालिनी देशोऽयं क्षोभरहितः ब्राह्मणाः सन्तु निर्भयाः ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः. हरिः ॐ श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः. हरिः ॐ.